Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. And we've got a new interview with a member of Guns N' Roses. So no, it's not Axl, no, it's not Slash, no, it's not Duff, no, it's not Dizzy Reed. It is actually with Melissa Reese, and she actually did an interview with LA Weekly with Art Tavanna. Now, Art Tavanna has done some great work before in regards to Guns N' Roses. He wrote a great piece on the Troubadour show, as well as a piece about Izzy Stradlin. So he went as far as actually contact Izzy and try to interview him, but of course, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So Melissa Reese in the interview talked about, what she does for Guns N' Roses, how she kind of got the gig, and talked a little bit about behind the scenes and some of the other ventures she's busy doing. So she talked about how the guys in the band call her Blue, and she said that she actually works quite a bit outside of Guns N' Roses. She composes music for TV, film, and video games at a breakneck speed. So her work has appeared on Fox, the CW, E, and Sony PlayStation franchises like Infamous. And to keep up with her deadline, she takes a mini recording studio with her on tour. And she said, when I get off stage, the first thing I do is go back to the hotel and set up my rig. She also talked about her rituals before a gig. So she'll eat a box of sea candy topped with Diet Coke, which helps her get jacked for a 3-hour set. She said in New Jersey she actually got really sick and puked, and she didn't know what to do, so she ended up swallowing it because she didn't want it all over her rig. And she said the crew actually gave her a blue bucket matching her name, which has become a GNR cosplay. And she talked about when Guns played in Mexico, black market vendors outside the shows hawked blue wigs, and little girls waited in hotel lobbies to tell me that they played piano because of me, which warmed her heart. So she joined Guns N' Roses shortly after Chris Pittman was, I guess you could say, ejected from the band or removed from the band, or he maybe quit on his own. So she talked about what she did to actually get ready for her gig in Guns N' Roses. She said she had 2 weeks to prepare for the reunion tour, spending 15 hours a day in the studio mastering 50 songs and zoning in on rock's mightiest instrument. She said she studied Axl Rose's phrasing like a hawk, and she also said that she's the band's enhancer. So she uses an Akai sampler, among other tools, to trigger new school productions of Chinese democracy or play classic parts such as a Moog synthesizer on Paradise City. She said, I don't want to get in the way of these songs, she says. On keys, I add sonic layers to thicken our sound without sticking out like a sore thumb. Anything from synths to organic patches and samples. So no matter what she does, as you guys know, she'll always be criticized for being the chick in the band. Now, she isn't the first female member of Guns N' Roses. If you guys remember back in the day when Guns N' Roses were touring on the Use Your Illusion records, they had the backup singers and the horn section. And, some people criticized the band because they thought that they were diverging or too much from their rock roots that, made them famous with Appetite for Destruction. Now, she was actually hired by Guns N' Roses in March of 2016, but she wasn't actually officially introduced as a member of the band until their first show at the Troubadour. A lot of people were surprised to see her on stage because people were expecting Chris Pittman, and she didn't actually tell her parents that she got the gig until Guns N' Roses' third show on April 9th in Las Vegas. She said, I didn't want to stress them out. Finally, she concluded the interview by saying, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, talking about her gig with Guns N' Roses, but I'm eternally grateful to Axl and the rest of the band for taking a chance on me. So some people may be wondering, well, how did she actually connect with Guns N' Roses? Back in 2010, she actually connected with former Guns N' Roses drummer Brian Brain Mantia, and the two shared an appreciation for old school Dr. Dre beats. So the two rented a Santa Monica studio together back in 2010, and they became a digital wrecking crew, turning out tracks for a variety of projects. And Reese hopped up on caffeine and candy, would work at a frantic rate. She talked about how Brain, who did a lot of the rhythm stuff, would take coffee breaks, and then by the time he got back, she had written 15 hooks over finished beats. So some of their work includes scoring and remixing Taylor Swift's Bad Blood for the music video version, and Reese also wrote the end title theme to the recent Walter Hill film The Assignment starring Michelle Rodriguez, and now she's finishing up work with Brain on Joseph Kahn's new film Bodied. She's also going back, of course, on tour with Guns N' Roses in May, a gig that's made her a national star. She also said how she deals with sexism. She said, I'm the only woman doing what I do, so I use the hate to fuel my composing or just rip on stage. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Melissa Reese. Do you think she's a good addition to the band? Is she much better than Chris Pittman? Or do you think they even need a second keyboard player? So comment down below and let me know. Personally, I could not stand Chris Pittman, and I'm glad he's no longer in the band. Especially, I think somebody sent me a video of Welcome to the Jungle from, I think it was from when Guns did their residency in Vegas, and his background vocals are atrocious on it, to say the least. I think the only reason that Axl ever hooked up with him is because Chris Pittman used to play in Tool, which I think was one of Axl's favorite bands back in the day, and probably still are. So comment down below and let me know, guys, and make sure you subscribe if you love Guns N' Roses as much as I do. Take care.